That's just about it. It's like Kentucky has a better schedule. But if I read like, an electric offense in Kentucky, and it's like electric, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not worried. I don't think Tennessee's worried about Kentucky coming into Knoxville this fall. I don't think it's a big concern there. Something that is a big concern though, Ryan Schumpert, the Smokey Greys are back for good. Like based on the rollout, like these are not just like a gimmick type thing. Like Smokey Greys are going to be in the rotation every year, right?
That's what it makes it sound like. I mean, 4-year plan to wear them 3 different Smokey Grey. I mean, the ones they're wearing this year, the ones they wore back when Butch Jones was Tennessee's coach. And then the next 3 years, it sounds like they're going to be 3 different Smokey Grey uniforms all 3 years. So that'll be interesting. I'm kind of neutral. I'm neutral on the jerseys. Jerseys are fine. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're bad. What I dislike, disdain, I don't get the need for 2 alternate jerseys. Choose gray or choose black. I want, and if you want to wear them once a year, that's great. Wear them a second time, I guess I'm not going to complain too much, though I'm not going to like it. But when you look at it, and this year is a little bit better because you go on the road to LSU and you're going to get to wear your orange jerseys. But let's put that aside. Let's say this is one of the 11 years that Tennessee's not playing LSU. You got 4 SEC games on the schedule. You got 4 big-time home football games inside Neyland Stadium, and you're not going to be wearing orange jerseys for half of them? That rubs me the wrong way, personally. And again, this year it's a little bit different because you're going to get to wear them at LSU. If you have a game like Pittsburgh at home, that's another big game where you can wear. So you have 3 big games at home where you're wearing orange uniforms. But I hope.
Wait, how many games are they? They're only doing the Smokey Greys once this year, right?
I'm sure they'll wear the blacks a game.
Do we? Oh, they haven't announced that though. Do we think the blacks are? I thought that was out.
No, I think the blacks are still in. I think they'll wear both. That's my whole point, I guess I should say.
But they haven't announced that. Are we sure? Like, are we getting the white helmets with the black uniforms again, or would they put the black helmets now finally with the black uniforms?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I expect Tennessee will wear the black uniform. My guess right now.
Interesting.
Let's get the date. August 19th, Friday, August 19th, Big Orange Friday. Tennessee is wearing the gray uniforms against Florida, the black uniforms against Kentucky. That's my prediction.
Ooh, I would like lock in gray versus Florida. Like that's like just go ahead and lock that in stone. Like they're just looking at it as like, when was the last time we beat Florida? The Smokey Greys at home. Yeah, all right. Yeah. We're doing that. Josh Dobbs needs to be on the sidelines. I don't know what his Cleveland schedule is that weekend, but we need Dobbs in the gray jersey on the sideline for that one for good luck.
Yeah, and again, this is nitpicky by me, but I have a little bit of beef with the fact that the last Tennessee's best home win the last 10 years, the game everybody loves showing highlights of, the 2016 Florida game. I hate the fact that they're wearing gray uniforms in that.
Oh, wow.
I want them to be wearing orange uniforms. If we're showing Tennessee's big performance, I want to see the orange. But
am I talking to Grandpa Schumpert or am I talking to Ryan Schumpert here?
I'm an old curmudgeon with that take, an old geezer.
Dude, you're you could hold court at Litton's with this take. Like you walk around and you just bang your table and you're just like, what? Not enough orange and white. I cannot believe they're wearing the Smokey Greys in the best moment in Tennessee football over the last decade. Can't do it. And they're all like, yeah, absolutely.
And I say all that to say, with all that said, I don't actually care. I mean,
don't walk it back, Ryan. You definitely care. That was so specific. You see a highlight. I'm going to send you one a day now. I think this needs to be a bit. Ethan, get on this as well, where we just send you some highlights of Tennessee football and the Greys. Because I think that's genuine. I don't think you like I don't think you like the Smokey Greys, and I think you definitely don't like that they wore them on an important Saturday in Knoxville.
I will say, I disagree. I do not dislike the Smokey Greys. I'm neutral towards the Smokey Greys. I'm neutral toward the blacks. They look fine. They're good-looking uniforms. Sure, they don't look as good as the orange, but that's none of my business. But that is true. I don't know if I'd say I really dislike the fact that they wore them in a big game that they won. But if you're going to show me highlights from 26, if you're going to show me highlights from Tennessee beating Florida in 2022, in 2026. I would like Tennessee to be wearing orange uniforms and not gray uniforms. And I
would like to just beat Florida, Ryan. And if we have to wear Smokey Grays to beat Florida at home, then that's what you're going to do. Like that is what you're going to do. That's where I'm at with it.
If Smokey Grey uniforms help you win the game, you go take the orange uniforms and you go set them on fire, and then you go toss them in the Tennessee River, and you never wear them again. But personally,
You could just
as
toss
a
them in the Tennessee River and never wear
non-superstitious,
them again with
as
that water. I don't know if you want to put those back on after taking a dip in the Tennessee River. I don't know, man.
as a non-superstitious person, I do
Yeah.
not think that
You are a
plays
little
an effect.
stitious. You're a
Maybe
little
a
stitious.
tad stitious. I did note that he's doing. I think they're gonna start doing it every year. At least that's the way they made it sound. These champions weekends where they honor every team that won a championship in the past year, and then like the anniversary. So the 5 year, 10 year,
Mm.
I think 20, 25 year. So as maybe a little bit stitious person, I have run the numbers. That is the Kentucky weekend this year. 25-year anniversary of the 1997 SEC championship team. Peyton Manning is probably going to be in the house. So
Ooh.
Peyton Manning curse takes on Kentucky's inability to beat Tennessee and Knoxville, and we have an immovable object.
Do we
Meets
know
an
the last
unstoppable
time?
force.
Do we know the last time Tennessee won a game with Peyton Manning in attendance? Do we actually have a definitive date on that?
No, I don't have one. And I have for the longest time been the Manning curse. Like that's so stupid. You people should be revering Peyton Manning for the fact that he watch every time he comes to watch his alma mater, who's been terrible for a decade. Anytime he comes to watch them play, they lose, and he
Yeah.
still comes year after year. He's this much of a VFL. He loves his team this much. Like you people need to be grateful that you have an alum this
Oh wow.
big time. But when
I
you
like
come,
this take.
you had the Georgia State loss,
Yeah.
and then you have the number one, the baseball team being amazing all year,
He was
just
there
getting
for Notre Dame. Yep.
absolutely, just getting killed in the game he
Yep.
is at.
That was the Friday game, wasn't it?
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
It's made me start to backpedal off that take a little bit. I have to admit, maybe there is something to
Do you
this
think he
Manning
knows
curse.
about it? He has to know about the
Oh, he
Manning.
has to know about it. Yeah, I think he knows about it.
I wonder what he thinks because I mean, sense of humor. I wonder if he's like, yeah, my bad, guys. Like, you know what he needs to do is like someone needs to sit down Peyton and be like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Like, if we want you, like, we love your support, all that good stuff. You can come for South Carolina at home. You can come for Tennessee Tech at home. Like, let's just end this curse for a second. Like, have you on TV with a win, and like move on. Like, and then we can revisit. Like, you
But that's
coming back.
That's the Georgia State. He was at the Georgia State game,
I know.
and that was the other part of my argument for a long time. I was like, well, he usually comes to the big games. Like, he's usually
Hmm.
coming to
I think he
Georgia,
was at Georgia
Alabama.
this past year. I want to
Yes,
say
it
he
was
was
like,
it.
well, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Tennessee hasn't won a whole lot of big football games the last 15 years. But when he's at the freaking Georgia State game and Tennessee still loses, yeah, that's it makes you think. It makes you think.
At some point, because a lot of Tennessee fans know on Twitter, like at some point he's gonna walk around Knoxville and they're gonna be shouting at Peyton, like, Peyton, what the hell are you doing here? Like, they're gonna be fans. Like, it's so important where it's like, can we pay for you to leave? Like, Peyton, we love you, but like, you need to go. Watch it at you have a bar. You own a bar
True.
here in Knoxville. Go watch it at the bar. Like, don't go in the building. Like, we just can't have you in here right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's already happened.
There you go. We'll see. I hadn't considered. I just assumed dark mode was out, but whatever. Like, I think dark mode's fine if the black helmets. Just the white helmets don't work with that uniform. But I will say too, you know, it's weird. And Will and I were talking about this yesterday on the College Basketball Show. Like, everything looks good with the baseball team. Like, the black looks great, the grays look great. The cream is just my favorite baseball uniform. Just top notch. The Vols font, chef's
Phenomenal.
kiss over there. But the basketball team can't do anything. Like, grays don't look good for them. I don't know if the black would look great, the black and orange. I don't know. The basketball team kind of has to have your traditional orange and white. And we know Rick Barnes is about the orange and white, and I'm not going to go too much off there. But like, I don't think they can do that. None of it looks good to me on a basketball uniform. It's so weird.
Yeah, and the Smokey Grey uniforms they did like wear probably 7 or 8 years ago now, I thought looked horrific, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like with the black stripe. And
Mhm.
I do wonder, like, I love the template of the uniforms they have now with the Tennessee on the top, number, volunteer. Like, I think that looks phenomenal. I think it's the best of all the jerseys on Tennessee's campus. I think that those are two or maybe the best set. And
Hmm.
the orange ones, honestly, might be my favorite. The creams are really good too. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of competition, but they look phenomenal. And I wonder if you did like a gray with that design, how it would look.
Hmm.
But I'm not I'm an orange and white guy. I like it. I like knowing when Tennessee goes into a game what they're going to wear. I think it's people don't come throw eggs at my house for this, but I think it's so cool. Alabama, what are you going to wear? They're going to wear crimson helmets. They're going to wear white pants. If they're at home, they're going to wear a crimson jersey. If they're on the road, they're going to wear a white jersey. It's simple. I think they're good looking uniforms. I think there's a kind of a simple swagger to it that I think the Tennessee basketball team carries as well with their uniform set.
Oh, I like it. Did not know we were going to go down a uniform rabbit hole, but I'm here
We've
for it.
gotten down a huge uniform rabbit hole.
People care about this stuff, though. It's fine with me. Last thing on football. Who do you think is going to be the biggest surprise?